Morning, guys. Happy Thursday. I'm jumping on a little bit earlier this week for my live because I have a breakfast date and I'm really excited. I haven't caught up with my girlfriends yet because this year has been so crazy. It's already like the end of January and I feel like I haven't even had to stop yet. Life for me has been so full, but I'm really excited to jump on today. I'm going to talk about something that's a little bit personal, but the reason I'm sharing this is because it's coming up a lot for me in people that I'm mentoring in health and wellness, people I'm mentoring in business. So I thought, you know what, why not share this story just to help other people? So a lot of people who don't know me have got me wrong. And I know myself enough that actually doesn't offend me anymore because I know myself and I know people who know me actually know who I am and what I'm about. But so many people think I'm an extrovert. Because you see me jumping on these things and you see me jumping on social media and maybe doing these lives and you think she's really outgoing and she's really confident and she's like really, I'm not sure what other words people put out there, just like she's there and she mingles and she socializes. And so for me, it's funny because that's how you might perceive me. But I think most people forget that social media for me is my business. This is my tool to connect with people and to share my message. So for me, this is like extra, like this, what I'm doing isn't me being an extrovert. This is actually me putting on my jacket. So for anybody, I don't know, like whatever you do for work, some of you aren't, hey Beck, morning guys, thanks for jumping on. Hey guys, hey Ash, hey Rach, hey Charles. But for whatever you do, so sometimes, wait for me to put an example, like a fireman doesn't walk around all week wearing his fireman outfit. If you are working in a corporate job, I'm sure most of you guys don't sit there on your weekends wear your tailored skirt or maybe your suit jacket. It's something you put on to get your business done. So I put on this facade. I get 10 minutes of courage and go 3, 2, 1. And I jump on and I do this because this is for my business. This is to share my message, to share my mission, to share my passion. The reason I want to share this is because for a few different reasons. First of all, personally, so many people, because they think they have a certain perception of me, they think I'm an extrovert. When I'm out in public or I'm in a social setting, I'm actually really quiet. I'm the one who says the least in the room. I'm not someone who just talks for the sake of talking. I don't talk. I don't just fill the space with noise. And so a lot of people get confused because they actually don't understand what the definitions of introvert and extrovert are. So for an example, lots of people, give me some love or put your hands up if you think an extrovert is outgoing. You're like an extrovert, someone who's really loud, really outgoing. And you think an introvert is somebody who's really shy. That is what lots of people think an extrovert and an introvert is, but actually the definition comes from what do you do that gives you energy? What do you do that fills up your cup? So for me, I'm actually an introvert, and it might surprise you, but for me to fill my cup, I need to be alone. I like going out for coffee dates or breakfast dates one-on-one with the girlfriend. I like, if I'm upset, I'll go for a run or I'll read a book. Like that is what gives me energy. Going out and going to big parties, going to social gatherings, there's lots of dynamics going on. That takes energy from me. And so when you're looking at introvert and extrovert, that's actually where the definition comes from. So why I say this, because like I said, I come across maybe like an extrovert, like I'm really outgoing. This takes my energy. Like I do this in little bursts to convey my message, to share my message, to share my mission. But if you put me in a smaller circle, so many people think, oh, and this is why I want to share this, because so many people get me wrong. You'd be surprised how many people, and I thank you for those people who are honest enough to share feedback with me. But I've had this pretty much my whole life. Gretchen will vouch for this, because my girlfriend Gretchen, because when I was younger, I used to really struggle with this, because people would actually tell me, once they've had like a one-on-one with me, or they have an opportunity to party to get to know me, they'll say, look, like, I don't mean to offend you, but I actually thought you were stuck up. I thought that you thought you were too good for everybody else. And I was like, I get really shocked. And like, why do you think that? And they're like, because you sit in a corner, you don't really say much. It's like you're judging people. I'm like, no, like I am shy. In a big group, I don't want to talk. I don't know what to say. I get nervous. I'm like really socially awkward. And so people are confused the two because they think this is an extrovert and this is what an introvert is. It's like, no, those big gatherings, social gatherings, they zap energy from me. They take energy from me. They don't make me feel happy and fulfilled. I do those things to mingle with my girlfriends, but I would much rather have a girlfriend over and have a wine or go out for a breakfast and catch up with a friend. So the reason I share this, like I said, is I'm so grateful for the people who are honest enough to tell me, like, once they have that one-on-one with me and they like say, I have it all the time. And it's like I said, I'm appreciative of the feedback. And when I was younger, it used to really get to me because I was like, what am I doing? Like, what vibe am I putting out? Why do I make people feel like that? That's not who I am. I'm a humble, caring person, and anybody who gets to know me knows that. But it's maybe educating people on what introvert, extrovert actually means. Just because somebody's putting themselves out there, most of the time people don't realize it's for business. Like, so many people think that people who get up and do public speaking for whatever they do in work. I know a lot of people I coach, even in business. I've coached a few people who work in property, and they've got to go and pitch properties. And they're like, I have to like get 10 minutes of being outgoing and being confident, which isn't who I am. So there's a difference between what people do for business and what people actually are. And so personally, that was my story. But the reason I want to share it isn't for my gain, although it'd be really cool for people who now kind of get to know me and know not to judge me in a social setting, because I'm so socially awkward. And I will be quiet and I'll sit in a corner and I'm not judging. It takes a lot of energy for me to be there. And it's just not my natural personality style. But the reason I say this, because 2 reasons. People that I coach in like health and wellness. So a lot of people know I have a background in psychology. I'm really passionate about mental health. And a lot of people I know who I talk to, when they go through like a breakup, a death, just anything, doesn't have to be even that extreme, just when they're going through personal stuff, especially introverts, they feel guilty because their friends are trying to get them to go to social gatherings and get out there. And they're saying, I don't want to do that. And they feel like they're deflecting or they're suppressing emotions because they're avoiding people. But really, it's actually educating and being understanding that there might be an introvert. Like, there's a difference between suppressing emotion and avoiding people. But if you're an introvert, you're actually practicing healthy self-regulation. If going to a party is taking all your energy and you're at a space right now where you don't have energy, and the best way for you to self-regulate and get your energy back, if you're an introvert, is to have time by yourself. It's to read, it's to reflect, it's to journal, it's to meditate, it's to have and maybe go out for a nice walk with your friend, maybe it's to watch a movie with your partner. So a lot of people are so rough on themselves, and they're mean girl, whatever you want to talk, this person in their head is like just jibbing at them saying, you should go, you have to go, these shoulda, woulda, coulda things. When really, if they just understood that some extroverts, the best thing for them when they're feeling lonely is actually to go to a party. That's what gives them energy, to socialize, to be around with people, to bounce off energies, just to see that there's love and there's light out there outside of their head. But for a lot of other people who are introverts, the way of dealing with emotions and doing it healthily instead of just putting a Band-Aid on it and going out and distracting themselves with noise is actually to sit down and make peace with it. So that's another reason why I want to kind of share and shed some light on this whole introvert-extrovert thing, because one, it affects the way you self-regulate. And if you understand what fills your cup up and what gives you energy, you know how to make smart decisions around that kind of stuff. Second, like I said, just so you understand me, and not only understand me, understand other people. There's so many people that I know personally, and I really try, like, we're humans, we're social beings, we talk about people, it's what people do. And so often I hear other people make remarks about successful people and whatever they're successful in, saying, oh yeah, but she thinks she's better than me, or she thinks she's stuck up, or she thinks she's too good. And I always ask, why is that? Why do you think that? What gives you that perception? Like, oh, she just stands there, she doesn't say much. And I'm like, just because somebody is an extrovert, or the way they might perceive themselves on social media, this is the way the world's moving, guys. Social media is a way for people to free market and advertise their business. So a lot of the time what you see in social media is actually people portraying them in a certain light for their business. It doesn't mean that's who they are. Third thing is, a lot of time I mentor people in business, they look up to some successful people and they're like, I can't do that. I can't be that. I can't do what she does. I can't do what you do because I'm not confident. I'm not outgoing. I'm not an extrovert. I want to zap this for those people who are on the line, who maybe do business, who want to do business, who are daunted and intimidated because they look at what people are doing on social media, or what it takes when you do get successful. Maybe it's media releases. Maybe if you're writing a book, you've got to go and do publishments. Like, there's so much stuff that comes into works. And they're like, I'm not an extrovert. I could never do that. Like, people who are famous, singers, do you think actors, you'd be surprised how many people who are in the limelight that are actual introverts. So I do this to be really transparent with you so you're not intimidated and put off by. Introverts do business. Introverts do things like this. I am an introvert, and the only thing that gets me out of my comfort zone in doing this is because I'm so passionate about my mission. I'm so passionate about my vision. I'm passionate about my message. And if I don't get out here and do 10 minutes of courage and share with you what I'm about or what I'm up to, I can't expect people who really need to hear my message, or people who are really stuck, or whoever I could be resonating with out there, if I don't put myself on here. So that's why you take 10 seconds of courage. You don't have to be an extrovert to do things like this, guys. This world is so much bigger than you and me. And if you have a business, if you've got a vision, it is so much bigger than you. And that's what helps you do the scary things, because we all know magic happens outside of your comfort zone. So I hope this helps people jumping on. I know so many of you watch this recorded. So thank you so much for those who did jump on live. So much love to you. I hope you have a beautiful Thursday. For those who are jumping on and watching the recording, please feel to share this. Like, please feel free to share this. If you've got someone who struggles with self-regulation, and like I said, they feel peer pressure to do certain things, and they feel like they've got to be at certain events because that's what people tell them to do, share them this. They're a little bit educated and actually, no, that's not what fills my cup and gives me energy. If you've got somebody who's interested in business, or somebody who's intimidating putting off business ideas because they think they're not one of those people, share this. Thank you guys so much for your love. I hope you have a beautiful week. I will jump on again next week. I'm trying. We've got, I don't know if you've seen, but my girlfriend Shani and I, my little trusty sidekick, we've been working on a new little business adventure. It will be launched in the next few weeks, which is really exciting, but that is taking up a lot of my time and energy. We only have a certain amount of energy. So I might start doing less of these as I'm putting in more of that. So I can't wait to share with you what that is, because I'm sure you guys are going to love it if you're loving this kind of stuff. So I'll chat to you soon. Lots of love.